What's up, Instagram? So I am starting a recording video for my live group, and obviously I'm doing a session for you as well. And I'll be answering the questions from my live group. That's the benefit of this group. If you're not in the 45 day or the day 46 transformation challenge, please join it, where I'll be giving you tips and stuff like that. One second, I'm trying to put this Instagram comment. Benefits of cardio and how to plan it. Is the topic for today. Cool, just pin the comment and make sure this other video is on my main video. Virtual background. Bear with me, Instagram. I don't know why my virtual background is not working. One second. Having issues with my camera on my computer. Just let people join. I'll just wait a little bit. Instagram. I guess it was selecting my webcam for some reason. I don't know why I was doing that. Cool. All right, let's get to it. Let me clean this camera off first. Waiting for people to join in if they can. I'm gonna get straight to it right now today. Cool. So looking at all right, so today I wanted to just talk about the benefits of cardio, keep it sweet, concise, and straight to the point. You know, the benefits of cardio, how you should do it, what it should look like in your programming, and then how to know what kind of cardio to do, right? So a lot of times I want to go over this because this is a big thing in the industry. I have clients myself that they're like, I need to pick up my own personal workouts because I need to keep this off, right? That's their own personal workouts I'm talking about from them, right? What they're saying. So a lot of times, the biggest reason why people get into fitness is obviously going to be weight management, whether that's gaining weight or losing weight. So there's a stigma behind if you're trying to gain weight or gain muscle that you don't do cardio, right? You don't, exert yourself beyond just your strength training, your workouts. You don't burn excess calories, right? And I could have been in the same situation where, me freshman year of college, right, deciding like I'm gonna bulk up, I'm gonna gain some weight. And I know it kind of doesn't look like it, but I did gain like 25, 30 pounds my freshman year of college, which I pretty much kept on. And, I fluctuated between my best physical peak and then where I'm at now. Just goals have changed around a little bit. Obviously, I'm going to get back there. And so while I was gaining that weight, there was a big stigma like, oh, you don't want to do unnecessary cardio because it's already hard for me to gain weight, right? So why would I do excess cardio, burn extra 200 to 300 calories, maybe 500, 600 calories, when I'm already having a hard time gaining weight, right? And there are multiple reasons why you would want to do cardio. If you just think about it, just look at it. You have people who are bodybuilders. You have people who are needing to stay at a large weight, right, because of whatever it is, whether they're bodybuilding, powerlifting, some type of Olympic sports or whatever. Obviously they don't want to be too heavy, but there's a weight range that they want to be at. And but they still do cardio, especially all the bodybuilders I know, world champions. They do cardio during their bulk phases, during their cut phases, all the time. If they had that problem and needed to keep on the weight and needed to keep on muscle, and cardio killed the muscle, they wouldn't be doing it. So we got to look at that. Now, when it comes to people wanting to lose weight or lose fat, I should say specifically, we see that a lot of times people are like, oh, I just need to do cardio. I need to do 5 days a week of cardio. I need to do whatever it is, right? And they overkill it. Sometimes they're like, I need it. They do cardio, but they don't do anything else. Nothing else. They don't do no strength training. They cut back their workouts because they need a cardio. All right, I need to lose more weight. I got a wedding coming up. What do? They just go running. You see it all the time. People go to the gym and they spend 45 minutes on the treadmill, and then they go do a quick 15-minute ab workout or grab some weights real quick. They spend most of their time in the treadmill section, right? Or they focus on that and they put most of the effort on there doing it after, right? Rather than working out first and then doing cardio after. So now how do you plan that? So the benefits, so we're going to talk about that, but I'm going to go over the benefits of cardio. So the benefits of cardio is going to be, it helps with efficiency. It helps with efficiency of, nutrients and getting around your body, and then gas exchange and toxic waste exchange, right? So when you breathe in, obviously you have oxygen coming in, right? When you breathe out, you have CO2 going out. So there's oxygen exchange. So we have, areolas, we have all these different areas inside the lungs, right? That does oxygen exchange, as well as the capillaries and our blood vessels, right? So capillaries is where usually that is coming from. So with that being said, that is the benefit of cardio, is that cardio actually helps you, and we need oxygen to survive. If you ever ran or if you ever worked out and you got out of breath, it's because your body needed more oxygen to replace that some of that toxic waste product, whether it's lactic acid or whatever it might have been, right? And obviously CO2, right? So your body breathing that out. So the benefit is you get that. Now we know when we have oxygen exchange, our body's able to replenish and heal itself. I guess I should say keep some of that aging down, right? The oxidation and stuff of that nature. The other benefit is it allows, because you're able to efficiently pump more oxygen, your body, your heart, your lungs start to work more optimally, right? You're able to, if you ever done a VO2 max test, super hard. I've done one. I've put other people through one as well, on the treadmill and stuff, right? So if you ever have done that or witnessed it, it's to see how well your body can use the oxygen, right? For people who are recovering or elderly, we do a step up test. The step up test, they're doing step ups for like a minute to 5 minutes or something like that. I forgot the exact time, but they're doing an aerobic activity for a few minutes, and then they sit down and rest. And we are testing to see how quickly it takes for the heart rate to go back to normal. Why is that? Because the faster your body is pumping blood, obviously your heart rate beats up to pump blood more faster to your body. It could be a reaction to being scared or whatever. But usually if it's from a fitness related thing, your body is pumping blood to get oxygen around to your muscles and to your brain and to every part of your body. Now, if you're more efficient at taking in that oxygen and actually using that oxygen, not just inhaling and using 30% of it and then spitting out the rest of it, your body gets more efficient. When your body can do that more efficiently, now your performance goes up. Your performance, whether you're racing, your aerobic performance, but then also your ease of everyday life, because now it takes less effort for your body to do its work, right? Which is why people look at people with lower heart rates and they're like, oh, you was an athlete, or you are primed for having, athletic ability when it comes to long distance or whatever aerobic activities. So that is the benefit of cardio. It helps with efficiency. That efficiency isn't just for cardio activities, right? Cardiovascular activities. That efficiency also helps when working out, because if your body is able to, take in more oxygen, expel more gases that it doesn't need, and it's also able to, because your heart is working more optimally and getting blood easier and more quicker and more efficiently to your body. Now you have nutrient exchange, the nutrients that are in your body. So whether it's blood sugar, whether it's some of these vitamins that are going around, whatever it is, right? Some of these things, like whether it's immune health and this, the white blood cells, the lymphocytes, all of that, right? So now that you have that going, and I'm getting scientific, it's just to educate you, right? So now that you have that going, your body is able to actually not only do cardiovascular exercise, everyday life better, Right now, you're not tired throughout the day from just work or handling the kids. You have more energy. You don't need that caffeine as much. You sleep better, right? It also will function and translate into your workouts. And this is why, like, HIIT and strength training workers, this is why bodybuilders do it, because not only does it help them stay lean and stuff, it also helps them be able to do more in the gym because the muscles are able to actually last longer without having that lactic acid buildup or some soreness and things like that. And it's able to recover quicker because the blood is able to get to the muscles after its workout and actually help it recover right a lot quicker. Not only that, but we have in your muscles, you have, I believe, let me make sure that I'm not speaking up. Got it. I was right. We have sarcoplasm in the muscle, and that is going to be the majority of your muscle fiber, which is actually the liquid and the cells, right? The liquid is inside the cells, the fluid in the cells. That's why when you see you get a workout, you get a pump, your muscles look bigger, or some people talk about getting that growth, that vasculature and stuff like that, so that your muscles can get that pump and you can kind of stretch the muscle fiber. That is true in a way, right? So now that you are able to get blood to these muscle fibers a lot quicker and a lot faster, you're able to have some not only just muscle fiber growth, but you're able to have some sarcoplasmic growth in there as well, and that should help you. Right, so that's a benefit of it, right? So that's why you should do it. Even if you're weight training, you're trying to work on your strength, you're trying to work on your speed, you're trying to work on anything that's not cardiovascular long distance, working on some type of cardio activity will help you in all of those areas, right? Because it just helps your body, internal organs and stuff like that process a lot more quicker and more efficient, right? So now you have that. Now, how do you plan it? You plan it based on your goals, and you plan it based on the time that you have, right? So there's things that cardio does that strength training can do. There's things that strength training does that cardio can do. Same thing with stretching or yoga or whatever it is. Ultimately, when I have people that's trying to lose weight, what I do and what I recommend is that they put strength training as their number one priority. Anybody should put strength training as anybody should put strength training as the number one priority. Even my elderly clients that I have, strength training is your number one priority. Strength training doesn't always mean lifting weights. It doesn't always mean just doing body weight. It doesn't mean just doing cable weight. It means resistance training. Resistance training is going to be your number one. Now, the reason I say that is because it's easy to take that number one, that strength training, and add some type of cardio component. You have HIIT training, which is high intensity training. You have low intensity training, lit training, right? So you have that as well. There are different ways to structure your workouts. But what I would recommend is if you are getting into the gym and you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, what you're going to do is you're going to do your strength, your resistance training first if it's in your workout. Now, if you're someone that is a bodybuilder or an athlete, then it might be beneficial to have one cardio workout in the morning or at night, and then the strength training just a whole session later on, right? But I would say if you're someone that's crunched on time, and I'm gonna speak to the average person that I talked about in some of my reels and stuff, right? 3 times a week is what you should be working out. If you're only working out 3 times a week and you can only work out 3 times a week, when you get in the gym, your priority or your workouts need to primarily you doing stuff in your home, or at the gym, 30 to 45 minutes, right? So you obviously want to start off with a little bit of cardio just to get the blood warming. It's a little bit doesn't mean 15 minutes. It might mean 2 to 3 minutes just to get a warm up, or you can do some type of animal flow, something just to get the blood flowing, right? You're gonna do your workout 30 to 35 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, and then you're gonna finish with cardio. Now, this is how you plan the cardio based on your goals, right? So you always want to have a diversity of cardio. When it comes to cardiovascular activities and what it's working and physiologically how it's affecting you, you have anaerobic and aerobic. Anaerobic and aerobic. Most people know aerobic. Aerobic exercise is going to, I think that's something in my head. Aerobic exercise is going to be your long distance. So anything that's, I would say, over 5 minutes long, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Most of the time, people go to the gym and they get on the treadmill for 30 minutes, 40. That is aerobic exercise. That is going to be your oxphos system. Oxphos system. That is going to be your fat burning system as well, right? I say that because the lower intensity exercise cardio you do is what's going to actually burn fat. we get this wrong a lot because a lot of times people will jump on the treadmill and they'll just start sprinting, or they'll do a 5-10 minute workout and they're panting at the end of it. If you're panting super heavily during your workout, during your cardio, you are more than likely not in that fat burning threshold zone, right? That low heart rate zone to burn fat. Give you a perspective. You burn majority, if you have a weight system, right? It's 50-50 here, 50-50 here, right? Let's say that's probably going to be the closest you're going to be to burning the most fat. It's 50% fat burning compared to like carbs and glucose, right? When you're sleeping, you're at that 50-50. When you're doing nothing, you're at that 50-50. You're just laying around watching Netflix, you're at 50-50. Once you start doing any type of activity, the glucose and carb burning goes up and the fat burning goes down. If you're doing sprints, it's like here, right? It's here. If you're doing low intensity cardio, it gets here. It gets here. I'm not saying that, hey, sleeping, since it's at 50-50, this higher percentage for fat burning, right? Fat burning here, right, is going to be, you're losing 400 grams of carbs, fats, right? Or calories of fat at sleeping. And here it's only 300. So while I do cardio, just sleep all day. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the percentages is higher during lower intensity. If that's confusing, you reach out to me, though. So a lot of times people get that wrong because they're like, oh, I'm burning fat, I'm burning. No, you're not. Your heart rate's not in the right zone. You're burning a little bit of fat, but not optimal for what you're aiming for, right? So that's why you need to have diversity, because sprinting will actually help you with doing the higher intensity stuff, will help you with the efficiency in your body and things of that nature. It'll also help you be able to move a lot quicker. That's why long distance runners, and I did long distance when I was in college, high school. They do have times where they train with people doing the 400, people doing the 100s to work on their sprinting mechanisms, and also to work on the physiological improvements with that, right? So, and then that's also why sometimes sprinters will do more long distance as well to work on that as well, right? So that is where that comes in. So when you're doing your workouts, you want to do your workouts first. If you're only doing 3 times a week and you're limited to like an hour, do your workouts first and then your cardio. I say that because during your workouts, you can structure your workouts with HIIT. A HIIT training will be working at anaerobic, or that creatine phosphate, that glycolysis or lactic acid cycle. That's anaerobic. Aerobic, like I mentioned, is ox phos, and that's over like 5 minutes for working out, right? When you do HIIT, you're working an anaerobic system. When you do some like shorter sprints, like let's say 2 minute, 3 minute sprints, even though a sprint can only be lasted like held for like 10, 15 seconds. When you do that mid-range sprint type stuff, that is going to be anaerobic as well. When you do your long-term stuff, so you're doing a 5K, you're doing a 2 mile run, a 1 mile run, that is going to be aerobic. So when you work out, you want to make sure if you need to have cardio in your regimen, right? You need to make sure you have a mix of that. That means if you're doing 3 workouts a week and you're also tacking on 3 cardio sessions to that as well, to the beginning, middle, or end of that of your cardio session, you need to make sure on, let's say you have A, B, and C day, right? A, B, and C day. A day is, they're all full body days, right? Full body day, A, B, C. On A day, you're going to do HIIT style training, right? Let's keep it simple. You're doing HIIT for all 3 workouts. You're doing high intensity for all 3 workouts. How do you get around that now? Now you already have something that's working on that anaerobic phase. To change it, which you can add some diversity, is you can either do this. You already have the anaerobic phase going on. So what you're going to do is you're going to go for that creatine phosphate. So you're going to do sprints. You're going to do 10 sets of 10-second sprints. B day, you're going to do, let's say you're going to do a 30-minute, so you can do 30 minutes of working out, 30 minutes of cardio at the end of it, keeping a low heart rate. C day, same thing, right? Same thing. A day could be, like I mentioned, could be a 30-minute bike ride. B day could be 10-second, 10-minute sprints on the bike. C day could be a 30-minute bike ride, or it can be 10 5-second sprints on the stair climber, not the stair climber, the Versa climber, right? You want to have some diversity in your workouts, in that fashion, especially with your cardio. Because if you just focus on one system, the other systems are going to fall behind, and then you're not going to get the full benefit because those systems are missing. If you focus on those systems as well, it's going to help the other systems, and you're going to be able to have a full, complete, health spectrum when it comes to cardiovascular, and then also when it comes to just even the physiological systems in your body. So hopefully this makes a little bit of sense, but that is how you want to plan your cardio. You want to make sure you have a mix of sprinting days, some mid-range days, and some long days as well. If you're already doing HIIT workouts, you probably got that mid-range figured out. So you just need to add some sprinting and long distance days to your workout, right? If you're not doing HIIT, then that's when you can have, for example, a HIIT session could be, I'm going to do push-ups, I'm going to do a single leg goblet squat, and then the last one is a 2 minute, not 2 minute, 30-second airdyne bike. Right now, you have that mid range, that anaerobic um, cardio in there. Or it could be I'm doing a hit, but as mid AMRAP of pull ups, um, leg lifts. Um, I'm not gonna say burpees, leg lifts, pull ups, and then let's say single arm dumbbell bench press. Because you're doing AMRAP, you're going as fast as possible. You're going to get out of breath. So now you're covering that mid range, right? So hopefully this makes sense. So the benefit of cardio is going to help with efficiency. For some people, it does have a mental benefit as well. Let's say you're going jogging outside, you're able to clear your mind and get rid of the scales over top of the fog over top of your brain, right? You're also able to actually work on, increasing your ability to strength train or to train athletically or whatever it might be, and that it cross goes into training, right? So now when planning it, you need to see how your workouts are. If you don't have any HIIT or AMRAP and things like that in your workouts, then you might need to add that into your cardio. Now, let's say you really can work out 5 times a week, but you live a stressful life. 3 times a week might be where you need to stay at when it comes to strength training, just because it's a lot of stress. How do you feel those other 2 days? Well, you can fill those other 2 days with cardio. I tell all my people this, especially my weight loss people. Let's schedule you for 3 workouts. If you can get in 4, that's good. For that fourth workout, either do a full body or go do cardio. So now you have a little bit of cardio on ABC day, and then you have that fourth day of just strictly cardio, right? There's a person that actually does online coaching through, I think, YouTube or whatever. Tips, he gives tips, not coaching. And he says that the best thing that he would recommend to people is walking. Why walking? Because it's so low intensity that you can go for a walk for 1 or 2 hours and 3 hours a day if you have time, right? And you don't really need to recover, which means you can do it every single day. Now, if you were running, if you were jogging, you need to take a rest day. But for walking, you pretty much don't have to. And it allows your blood to circulate to start repairing your body. So that's something I didn't really realize it, but I was like, that actually makes sense because you can walk a lot and you don't have to really recover it. So if someone actually wants to lose weight and lose some fat, right, and doesn't like and can't, if they live too stressful lives to work out every single day or they're scared of the gym or whatever, they can just go for long walks or jogs and stuff like that are slow paced, like fast paced walk. Yes, it'll only burn 100 maybe calories, right, for every hour or something like that, which isn't too much. But if they can do that every day and they do 2 hours, that's 200 a day. That's 1,400 a week. That means after 2 weeks, that's pretty much an extra pound that's being lost, right? If they have their nutrition on point, right? Even if their nutrition is eating is stagnant with no exercise and they eat just to maintain, just by adding that walking in every single day for 2 hours, and that might be a lot for people, right? But if you think about driving to the gym and working out and driving home, sometimes people, that's already 2 hours, right? So if you're scared to go to the gym or whatever, just start with walking. Because if you do that, that's 2 hours every month. That's 2 pounds you're losing for just walking. And the reason why walking can help because it helps people clear their minds. They can be praying while they're walking. They can be talking on their phone. They can be doing a business call. They can be reading a book. They can be doing something. So that can help them, and they can do their daily chores. They can walk to the grocery store, walk back, something like that, right? So That's the low intensity stuff. So if you have extra days, but you live a stressful life, feel those extra days of cardio days are going to be easier on your stress. It's going to be easier on your joints and stuff like that. Do your workouts, your strength trainings before your cardio. You want to do it like that because you don't want to be tired lifting weights, and now you can't actually give it your all. And you don't want to be so tired that you might injure yourself because your form is going to be bad because you're still huffing and panting from it. So if you do your workouts first, then you can do your cardio after and you'll be good to go, right? And then we know that ultimately, if you're trying to lose weight, we know that higher intensity stuff burns more calories. You actually burn more calories from an hour of basketball than an hour of running. You burn more calories from an hour of strength training, hit style, right, than an hour of running, right? Even though that hour of running, if you're doing a jog, might burn more fat, you're burning more calories doing that. So if you have a lot of weight, you might want to burn the calories. If you're someone that's leaner, right? If you're someone that's lean already and you want to stay big and you just want to target the fat, then it might make sense to shift to not be doing so many hits type stuff or so many like basketball runs and stuff like that and just focus on the hour of jogging or something like that. But ultimately, if you're trying to lose weight and lose weight quickly, I suggest no more than 2 pounds a week. Now, if you're someone that's super overweight and have lived super healthy, aiming for 2 pounds a week is actually going to help is actually going to make you lose more than that because your body is going to want to dump some of this weight pretty quickly and easily. But we aim for 2 pounds a week, right? So by doing that, you're actually able to make a lot of progress. So that's all I'm going to say right now when it comes to benefits of cardio and how to plan it. You want to plan your cardio at the ends of your workouts, and you want to have diversity. You want to have a little bit of sprinting. You want to have a little bit of mid range. You want to have a little bit of long distance in your workouts. If your workouts are already, hit based and get you tired during it, then you already have one of the three boxes checked off. So make sure you add the other two boxes into your plans. That's all I have today. I just want to stick it to 30 minutes. And that's the benefit of cardio. So you want to have cardio in your diet, in your workouts, but you don't want it to be your number one focus. No one in here, no matter what your goal is, should have it as your number one focus. Unless you've had a heart problem or something like that, then you might want to have it as your number one focus. Unless you have a serious illness, then it probably should be a bigger focus. But for the most part, if your goal is um, any performance based or it's except for being like you're a track athlete or something like that. If it's performance based or if it's weight based, cardio should not be your number one focus, which means it shouldn't be the number one thing planned to see your diet or done when you start working out. It should be your second or third thing, right? If you're someone who has an illness where you need to be focusing on cardio, or you're someone who is in a cardio centered sport like bike cycling or something like that, then it should be your focus. And then you do this as accessory, but that doesn't mean you neglect the strength training if that's your case, because strength training will actually help you be more powerful during your sprints when you do it, and it actually help you be able to push further and have less wear and tear on your muscles if your muscles are stronger. Now you can combine that strength with your endurance and actually propel yourself further for larger distances, running faster, biking faster, whatever it might be. So that's my benefits for today. That's all I got. Let me know if you have any questions. I try to answer some of the questions I know you guys have and girls have. Let me know. And I'm gonna post this on live, and I'm gonna share this with the people that didn't make it today. Thanks for joining. If you're watching this from the group, the Day 46 Transformation Network, just comment below what you think, what your thoughts are, and anything else you feel like I didn't answer that you want me to answer. And if this is on Instagram, make sure you comment below on the video after I share it. See you guys. Wow. I don't know. You can't get pictures. You wearing this to go to wherever you going?
What are we doing today?
I don't know what you're doing.
No, after the house thing.
After the house thing.
After the house show. What are we doing?
Nothing. We don't have nothing planned for after the house show. What you talking about?
I thought we were celebrating Valentine's Day today.
We said dinner, right?
Yeah. That I chose, but like, are we doing anything else?
I thought it was just dinner.
I wanted you to plan something.
I didn't say that. We said dinner. Because I leave early.
That's tomorrow. That's what we're celebrating today.
We're for dinner.
Okay, what time's our reservation?
What do you mean? I don't make reservations for over 3 people.
Oh, can you call at
Yes,
least?
I'm going to do that.
Okay. You buy me some flowers?
Maybe. They might be at the door. I said it might be.
Babe.
Oops.